Hi guys, Cole Chanit here, another training session. Today we are going to do mainly arms, shoulders, and a little bit of upper chest and back. I think we're gonna hit some forearm work too. So I actually already did a workout today. I did a very pectoral girdle focused workout, and so what I did was did upper chest, basically like 15 sets of incline dumbbell press, and then like 10 sets of rows. We're gonna do a little bit more of that tonight. Building some resiliency a little bit, growing. So tonight we're gonna finish though today with some shoulders, arms, and a little bit of the upper chest and back again. So to warm up, I'm going to basically hold these dumbbells with these fat grips. The fat grips really help me to engage my forearm muscles a lot better, which help my grip strengthen a lot better. So I have these fat grips on here, going to squeeze them as hard as I can, and then basically hold these at my side. And I'm thinking of lifting up my body like this, squeezing, and then standing up into the floor, and then using my breath big. Bringing in the abdominals, just really setting my body up for proper stiffness for this upper body workout. I'm just gonna hold it here, sip air. Squeezing my arms and hands as hard as I can. So it's an isometric exercise and really using your breathing to create that stiffness in your muscles and really thinking about your muscles lifting up your skeleton, lifting up your bones, because that's really what you want to apply the force to, are your muscles itself. So really thinking about that is going to help create that mind-muscle connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these now, kind of go back to that stiffness position that I've created, and now do bicep curls. So the entire time I'm thinking, standing up, spine to the ceiling, feet on the floor flat, opening at the hips and opening at the shoulders. External rotation at both joints is what opens the body. So that's what you want to think about as you're standing here. It's like a constant external rotation force in your shoulders, as well as your hips. So, as I've said in previous videos too, the project that I'm doing is really strengthening my left hip and shoulder, and so what I'm trying to do is stiffen and be very conscious when I am lifting, so stiffening more, and really pulling on the musculature here consciously harder, and it's helped me immensely. Whew. So I'm going to do one more set, and then we're going to get going. So external rotation, thinking about my knees here. Basically they're opening out there, and I'm thinking that opening going all the way up to the hip. Same time, I'm extending my low back a little bit, kind of creating that natural curvature in my low spine, but keeping the abdominal wall into the spine, back of the head up, basically making a double chin. And bicep curls. So even though I'm squeezing my biceps, I'm squeezing my entire body right now. Stiffening up. Allowing that isolation to really take place in the bicep, because you need that full body stiffness before you can really pull on the muscle of interest that you're working out, or muscle groups of interest. So in order to get my bicep really well, I have to make sure that my hands squeezed, my forearm muscles are all engaged, and then I can really squeeze the bicep. It's like a domino effect up. Ooh. So that was a little warm up. Other thing to think about is I'm thinking about this the entire time. I'm supinating my hands. This is pronation, this is supination. And basically I am externally rotating these out like this. And I'm thinking of that constantly when I'm up here. So it's kind of like take your arms here and do that. Open up here, but keep the abs in and down, breathe. It's like you're making this crucifix position, but this is the tension that you want in your upper limb at all times. So when you're doing rows, when you're doing presses, you want that tension in the muscles. So first it's like you establish that tension, and then you can really lift up from the elbows and expose the armpits, but making sure that this midsection is down. All right, so here we go. First exercise, first working set, what we're doing is a barbell bicep curl. So just applying what we did in the warm-up to here, and we're just pulling up, so stiffen the whole body, and then pull up. All right, second set. So if you notice, I keep getting my torso bigger and locking in that new air that I just breathed in, creating more stiffness in my body, and essentially just taking away force from any joints that are being activated and pulling on the force and putting it into the muscles, because joints are just allowing movement to occur, just the bending, whereas the muscles take on the stress of movement. So breathing really big, locking in that air, creating that skeleton stiffness is really what's going to allow you to use your muscles. And so think about that the entire time. Every rep matters really, because every time you pull up it gets harder and you have to use your breath harder. All right, so I'm just gonna go right into it. Basically third set, keeping the intensity high. All right, so I'm thinking of that, bringing my elbows in like this, pushing my sternum up, keeping my abs down. Come here. Stiff body, I'm thinking hips are open, shoulders are open. And I'm going to be drop setting this, so I'm going to go down to 25s. Basically going as many as I can. Alright, so sequence or setup here I'm doing here is seated rows, superset with upright rows. I'm not even going for a rep count, I'm just basically focusing on my form the entire time and just going till fatigue. So really focusing on opening up the hips, opening up the shoulders, and standing up as tall as I can. To the left side. Whew, get this out quicker. Oh man. Hello. All right, so supersetting the rows with these upright rows. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna do one more set of that. Ooh. Yeah. Whew. So for me, as I said, like my weight points, definitely my left shoulder area and left hip area. So as I'm doing that, thinking full body stiffness, and the areas that I feel lacking enough engagement are my glutes, and like my upper chest, and kind of a mix of shoulder muscles around here. Whew. So it's like really stabilizing throughout the entire movement, and really focusing on engaging the muscle. Whew. It's tough. One more. Oh. My eyes. So bring my elbows in. Basically, that's what I create with the torque, and I torque it all the way from the shoulder. So I just feel my lats coming down when I do that. And stiffen. And go. Ah! Whew. Burn. Whew. All right, so on this one, we are doing rope pull downs. So really aiming for that same type of tension coming in with the elbows. And when you come with the elbows, you're also coming in with the shoulder, and that's bringing in the lats. So do that. Nice and stiff torso. And at the bottom, you really want to pull out like that so you can get that lateral head of the tricep. Keep that torque. Oh. My left. There we go. Let's see this. Oh. And we're going to do incline dumbbell chest press and superset that with a seated overhead extension with a dumbbell. So getting kind of both the big push muscle groups, triceps, and then chest and a little bit of the shoulder. Really work them out. I have to go down. This is too heavy. No. Last thing to do, some forearm work. We're just using a barbell, a little bit of weight, and then we're done. So all I'm gonna do, these are behind the back here, and I'm just going to roll up with my wrists, and really keeping stiff wrists as much as I can, really pulling up in those forearms here. So I'm standing straight up. That torque in my arms, and pull up here. Squeeze those hands tight as you can. Oh my God. And that concludes today's workout. So again, today we did arms, both biceps and triceps, a little bit of forearms at the end, and then as well as some chest and some back and all in between. So guys, thanks for watching this workout. Stay tuned. See you guys later.